Hello everyone, my name is Maureen Dunn and I am your Instructional Technology Coordinator. For everyone returning, welcome back, and for all of you who are new, welcome to our family. So a little bit about my role. I am the liaison with IT to support with all charter schools. Our IT department spans across our entire organization, so I advocate for them to help support us. I support with all your technology needs, including any tech repairs, broken devices, replacements, and OS compliance, any type of updates and compliance that we need to have for our devices. I support with purchasing and integrating technology in the classroom, maintaining and troubleshooting all of our online programs, anything that we have currently or that you might want. I support with Infinite Campus, our student information system, Google, where we have our staff accounts as well as our student accounts. Clever is our single sign-on SSO, and I support with that as well. I support with iReady and also GoGuardian, which is our monitoring system. A little bit about those a little bit later. I support with our anonymous reporting system, more information to come about that later. I manage all charter technology assets, including checking everything in and out. So if you need something in your classroom, you will contact me and I'll be able to check those in and out to you. I maintain student emails and passwords through our Google Admin console, as well as staff accounts. I do poster printing at the elementary school. You'll notice in our parent center, there's a giant poster printer, and I manage that, as well as advocate for technology in the classrooms. And I'm very excited to help support you this year. So a little bit about this professional development. I want to talk about our technology flowchart and how you get support and what it looks like within our organization. I want to talk about the agreements, both for our staff and our students. I will go over GoGuardian and what that looks like on your end, as well as the students, and then talk about technology in your classrooms that you might see or might need. Stewardship and digital citizenship, what expectations we have for students as they're using technology in the classroom. And finally, I want to talk about some online supports that you can use in your class, and I'll wrap it up from there. Firstly, we're going to go over the technology flowchart. So when tech issues arise in your classroom, a student will notice an issue or you will notice an issue. The student will inform the teacher, or if you have an assistant in your classroom, they will inform the assistant, and the assistant will inform you. You'll try some simple troubleshooting, and I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. And if you cannot fix the issue in the classroom, then you will submit a Microsoft form to me, and from there I will help support you. Once you submit your form will go to myself as well as the site tech leads at each site. For CES, that's Jessica, and for CMS, that's Nadia. And the tech leads are there to help support you when I physically cannot be there to help support, because I have to bounce around between different campuses. Issues involving hardware, Wi-Fi printers, Clever, Google, Google Suite, or any apps, instructional technology needs, websites and purchasing, etc. All of those will go directly to me. Issues involving the testing system will go to the site-based testing coordinators. So as of right now, Raven for CMS and Tony for CES will be your go-to for testing-based questions. If more support is needed, then I will be there to help support with those as well. If you have issues involving virtual curriculums, there are also site-based coordinators. So for CMS, for LPAC, it will be Nadia. For anything to do with SBAC, which will be closer to the end of the year, that will be Nadia at CMS and Raven. For CMS, iReady will be Nadia. ELA, ELL will be Katie Clark, and math, particularly, Katie Clark can also help with that, but also Gabriella can help with that too. And style and STEAM will be Ding, and this team here, this team of 3 here will also be able to help each other. So any of those curriculums that they can help support with. And it's very similar with CES. At CES, LPAC is Veronica. SBAC will be Tony. iReady will be Norma. ELA, Math, ELL, and STEAM will be Katie Clark, Tony, Ding, and Gabriella. They can help support in all those areas. So feel free to contact them as well as myself if you would like to have support with the online curriculums. Issues involving Dayforce, you can contact Mayra directly and just send her an email. Issues involving Infinite Campus, Google email creation, deletion, problems, etc. will be me. Issues involving your Outlook, IT has recommended that you first use forgot password. And then if you're still having issues with your Outlook, please use the form to contact me. Here's an overview of what the technology support flowchart looks like. If you have any issues at all, please use the Microsoft form to get into contact with me. You will have access to the slideshow and can come back to download the PDF or the image, so you can save this for your reference. Each classroom and around the school, you'll see these support form QR codes. Please use them. If you sign into your Outlook account, to your school Outlook account on your phone, you'll be able to scan the code and fill out the form on your phone. And it's a very quick way to access this form when you need help. You will need to make sure that you include any asset tag numbers. You have an asset tag on pretty much all of your technology. If you need help with one that doesn't have one, then that's okay. But if you do have one, for example, on your laptop, make sure to include that asset tag number so that we can locate your device and get you help right away. Below in the blue, you can see what the asset tag looks like. And it's in different places for every device, but you're either going to find it on the inside of your laptop, on the underside of a Chromebook, or around any other technology device. Make sure to include this tag if you can. If you do not have this sign in your classroom, please let me know and I will bring one to you so you can have this for easy access and support. Another way that you can get to this form quickly is by adding it to your bookmarks on Google Chrome. I'm going to show you how to do this on Google Chrome. So step one, you'll navigate to the website you want to save on your bookmarks for quick access. So in this example, I have the CES technology support form. Then at the top right corner, you'll see a star. You'll click that star. You can change the name of this form if it makes it easier for you to know what it is. And then to save it, you press done. Once you do that, you won't see it pop up right away. You'll open up a new tab. You'll click the plus sign to open a new tab up. If you don't see it pop up in the left corner or somewhere along this tab just below the URL bar, then it means it's just hiding in your bookmarks. To find a link in your bookmarks, you can either open up your bookmarks where the double arrow is on the right-hand side, and you'll see a list there and you can find it, or you'll click on the All Bookmarks tab or button on your browser to find it in this list. Once you find it, you're going to click, hold, drag, and drop it on your quick links. So here's a video showing how to do that. I open up my all bookmarks, I hold, click, drag, and dropped it to the front. And then you can click it and access the website that you want to save. Make sure you do this now. Please pause the video and have this form as a quick link on your Google Chrome. Earlier, I mentioned some simple troubleshooting. One of the biggest issues that I see across the board is that our staff laptops or our Chromebooks are not updated. Please make sure that you're going into your Windows updates to update consistently. I'd say once a week you should be checking for updates. We update a lot on our end. We're pushing these updates, but if you do not restart your laptop, then the updates will not push through and you can end up with 50, 60 updates that completely slow down your computer and can push you off of our network. So please make sure you're updating constantly. This also goes for student Chromebooks. They need to be updated. If they're not updated, they'll be out of compliance with our applications and things like iReady will not work for them. I have more on how to update student Chromebooks on their tech stewardship slides. If you ever need help updating your staff laptop, please get into contact with me through the form and I can come and help support you. Moving on to agreements, we're going to take a look at the student agreements, the acceptable use policy, and the technology loan agreement. These are two agreements that the parents and students sign when they're onboarded into our school. They are virtual agreements now. In previous years, we've had them physically signed, but now they do this online. Students also may request to have a hotspot. Hotspots have now changed a little bit. We only have 100 gigabytes for the whole year. So hotspots are only given out on a case-by-case basis, and they cannot be used to do any video streaming because the gigabytes will run out really quickly. Students and parents must sign a form in order to rent them. And because of our gigabyte usage being so low now, they're not recommended for teachers to use in the classroom. Once you click the hyperlink, you'll be taken to the Technology Loan Agreements folder. In this folder, you'll see the technology forms for CES as well as CMS. They're very similar, so I'll go ahead and show you what the AUP looks like for CES. The acceptable use policy covers all of the expectations we have for students. And basically, it says that students will not intentionally damage or harm any device, that they'll only use it for their classwork, and that this device is not a right, it's a privilege. Therefore, if rules are broken, then this privilege may be taken away. Again, case by case. So this is a very serious and in-depth document talking about what is acceptable and not acceptable for the students to interact with the technology. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. Taking a look at the technology loan agreement, it's an agreement that is a little less in-depth, but goes into a brief overview that the student is responsible for their technology, that they're going to use it with respect, and they will never intentionally harm or destroy any of the tech that they're using. It gives them the prices for how much it costs to replace. And if a student is found to be damaging a device intentionally, then they and their family might have to repay the school for that damage. So there's a heavy accountability for the students and the families to take care of these assets. And that goes for all of us as well. We need to be mindful of our use of this technology. This also goes over the fact that we're monitoring their devices 24/7. It is not a personal device. Only the student that this device was loaned to may use this device. We do use geolocators to know exactly where these devices are. So it makes the families and the students aware how these devices are not private. And that goes for all of our devices. They are not private devices, they're work devices. So be mindful of what private information you put on your work device. This is the technology equipment replacement agreement. This is the agreement that we use with the students and the families. If a student is found to have intentionally broken one of their devices, we will have the teacher or the witness fill out this statement along with the administrator and the technology lead on campus, as well as myself. And this is what the principal will use to discuss with the families what happened and what repayment process they'll be put through. Students also have ability, if they're not able to financially pay, then they can repay in community service to the school. That's also an option. If a device is damaged, it's to the point where it cannot be used, it's really important that you as a teacher fill this incident report form out, as well as fill out the Microsoft technology support form. You have to do both, because I need to know if a device is completely damaged so I can come assess it. And then also we need to know if we have to contact the parents, and this needs to be done immediately. So if a device is damaged, you should have these report forms handy so you can fill them out, hand them over to the tech leads, and then fill out the form and let me know that I need to come and help support you and the student. Finally, if a student needs to rent a hotspot from us to be able to have internet at home in order to complete classwork or homework in their home, they will fill out this form and sign it in order to rent one of our hotspots. And again, it has very minimal gigabytes per year, so it may only be used to do classwork, no video streaming at all. If you have any other questions about these forms, please let me know and I'd be happy to help clarify anything that might be confusing. These are some pictures of Chromebooks that I've cleaned previously. Please make sure that all Chromebooks as well as staff laptops are clean when they're returned at the end of the year. Do not allow students to put stickers or color or put anything on their Chromebook at all other than the label that will be up at the top corner of the Chromebook. I will give you cleaning kits periodically. Please have the students clean their Chromebooks to keep them nice and clean, as well as please clean your staff laptop. I have had incidences where food has gotten into keyboards, and where there's food, there's bugs, and it's really gross. So please clean these devices. If you ever need any more cleaning pads, just send me a tech request form and I will bring you more of the wipes for cleaning. Staff members, at the beginning of every year, you'll receive an acknowledgement of receipt of company property form. This form must be physically signed by you, and I have to turn this into our IT department for audits. Please make sure that you complete this form. We will complete this together when we are in person. When you go into your classroom, you're going to double check that you have all of these assets. If you don't have them, then you need to make a note. All of the technology is going to have the asset tag. We're going to check them out to you. And then at the end of the year, we're going to check them in. So on the next page, at the end of the year, if there's any issues, we'll note that here. You'll have to let us know if we need to replace anything. We have to know by the end of the school year so that we can replace those, so that when you come back, you'll have fresh equipment. And finally, I have a page that shows you all of the equipment that you might find in your classroom. Again, not every classroom will have the same things. If you need something and it's not there, please let me know and we can bring it. We'll add it to this form and have you sign off on it. This is a very important form. Please make sure that you sign it and return it to your tech lead, return it to myself or the office manager. Please make sure that this is sent off to me. When I come to troubleshoot in your classrooms, it makes it much easier for me if you have your technology storage bin close to where your Chrome cart is. Your Chrome cart will house all of your student Chromebooks. The technology storage bin at CES will house all of your students' headphones, their laptop bag, their computer mouse, their charger. Everything is inside this bin. When I come to fix things, it's all in one spot. I don't have to go hunting. I don't have to interrupt your class. I know where everything is. So that's the intention behind these bins. CMS, we're going to work together to see how we can best keep everything together in the classroom to make it easy for me to come in, service your technology, and leave without much disruption. You do also have these bins, but things might operate a little bit differently on that campus. For the first week of school, there will be no Chromebooks because we're still waiting for classes to finalize, and I need to have the final list before I can start sending all the Chromebooks out. All the Chromebooks will be checked out individually to each student, and they will be labeled. So it takes a moment for us to get that all together. We also have to get Clever badges ready for the students at the elementary school and the students at the middle school. We need to get labels ready with their emails and passwords. So yes, at least 1 week, if not, hopefully not longer, but it's a possibility. But we'll get those Chromebooks out to everyone as soon as possible. GoGuardian is our management system for all of the student Chromebook devices. It's important for you to know how to use GoGuardian because you'll be using it to monitor all of your classes. In this slideshow, I'll show you how to log in, how to set up your classroom, how to add a scene in order to manage what the students can access on their Chromebook, and what daily usage in this program looks like. To log into GoGuardian, you'll navigate to the GoGuardian website. You'll click Login with Google. Once you're logged in, you may or may not have a classroom here, but I'm going to show you how to add a classroom. You'll click Add Classroom, and notice in the right next to Add Classroom, it says Import from Google Classroom. Later, I'll show you how to make a class in Google Classroom, and it can make this process much faster. You'll name your classroom and give it all of the details and information you want. If you have scenes ready to go, you can add them here, but for this example, we'll pretend you don't have a scene. Once you're done filling it out, you'll click Add Classroom. And then in this example, I'm having you add your students via their emails. So you'll click Add Emails and then enter your students' emails. You can also add it if you have it in a CSV file, all your student emails. That's something I can help send to you once your classes have solidified, and we can get that uploaded and those classes ready for you. If you have a student join your class later on in the school year, you can add their name to your GoGuardian class here. You'll just go to the classroom that you want them to be a part of, add that student, and once you have all of your students into your classroom, in my example, I have 2 here, you're going to click on teachers next. You can add teachers to your classroom to help support you. I would recommend adding your principal, vice principal, counselor. If you have an assistant helping you, you can add me if you would like. Add anyone that you want to have support you with monitoring your student devices. You'll click add teacher and then you'll click their role. There's some different roles, but I would say you can put everyone as a teacher or either a teacher or a helper and you as the owner. Next, you'll click on settings and go to the tab scheduling. This is going to save you a whole lot of time. Add your schedule. Whenever you want this class to be monitored, you're going to click the start and end time. So for CES, that would be all day. For CMS, it would be your period. You'll click the days that it happens, the times that it happens, and then click add schedule. Do this so you don't have to remember every time that the students come in that you have to go and start that class. Have them start automatically and end automatically. If you don't end your class, then you could have an instance where 2 classes are monitoring at the same time, which means that if this teacher doesn't allow students to access certain websites, they're not going to be able to access them, even though you might allow them to. They'll contradict each other. So you need to make sure that you start and end your classes precisely so that you're not working against each other. So here's an example of a schedule I created. You can turn them on and off. It's very customizable. I highly recommend you take time to do this. And then finally, in your settings, enable session report emails. This will help give you an overview of what happened during the day in an email. It's very concise. It's a really great resource to have so you can see really quickly who was on task, who was off task, who needs more support, what websites they were accessing, etc. This is a very, very powerful tool. Scenes are what we add to block students from accessing certain websites. This is where on your main page, when you click on classrooms on the left-hand side, this is where all of your classrooms will show up. And for our middle school teachers, they're going to have multiple classrooms show up. In order to add a scene, you'll click on the navigation bar here, scenes. There are 2 different types of scenes you can create. One is only websites that you allow, so it'll block the entire internet except for the one website you allow, or the multiple websites you allow, or they have access to the internet, but you block certain websites. I tend to do the block one because you never know when you're in class, you might want them to look something up you didn't think about earlier. And if it's blocked, then you got to go in and fix that. So I don't like the allowed websites unless it's testing time. So you'll click on blocked websites, create a list. You'll name your list, give it a description. You can change the color, whatever you like, you can customize it. And then when you're ready, you'll click next. So start by creating a block list by copy pasting the websites you do not want the students to access here. Then you'll click search and then select the correct website. It will automatically add to your list. So this is what it looks like. If I search YouTube, it gives me YouTube at the top, but a whole bunch of other options here. You'll click add and it'll add to your default list right here. Just based off of looking up YouTube, I decided I don't want them to access YouTube, cool math games, Google Sites, Netflix, and I just started clicking and adding them to my list. And it makes it really quick if you do it this way. GoGuardian has a lot of data from many years of being around, so they give you some really good recommendations of websites that are consistently being accessed by students and blocked by staff. Here on the tab limit, you can limit how many tabs students have open, so it makes it harder for them to hide other things that they might have open that you don't want them to. I tend to not limit this unless it's testing time. Quick lists are if a district makes a list for you, you can open that up and add it quickly, but I do not have any default lists made currently. Auto open tabs is another great resource. If every time that the students come in your class and they open and sign in on their Chromebook, if you want them to open to a specific tab, you can add it here. So you'll click auto open tabs, put the websites you want to open up automatically for them when they're in your class, and then they will open up. So you don't have to have any wait time for students trying to navigate to a website. It just opens for them. This is really a really good resource to use. Finally, advanced filtering. This allows you to make exceptions to scene rules you created. For example, if you don't want them to access all of YouTube, just one YouTube video, then you can add that specific video URL here. Again, is a lot of planning ahead. You can do this on the fly when you're in your class as well. So once you've added everything to your list, you're going to click Save, go back to your classrooms, click on Settings on your classroom, the classroom you created, and then you're going to click Set a default scene. Then you'll choose the scene that you created and press save. When the students see this on their page, it means that they're trying to access a website that was blocked by GoGuardian, and you know that your scene is working. Next is usage. What does daily usage of this program look like? This is what it looks like when you're using GoGuardian with your classroom. You'll see all of the students and whether or not they're actively on their Chromebooks or not. If they're not on their Chromebook, then they'll show up as waiting for activity. Otherwise, it'll show you what they're seeing. This preview refreshes every 3 seconds. A little bit about this page that you look at. I like to turn the chat on so students are able to communicate with you privately without disrupting class. Here you can see if you have a scene applied. So in this example, there's no scene applied, so I could click here and choose a scene to add to this classroom in order to block students from certain websites. Off-task alerts, this will monitor whether students are active on a particular tab or not and give them a little reminder pop-up. Also, if you click on the left-hand side, if you click this little box right here where there's an empty box and it says select students, if you click that, you can open tabs for all of the students. You'll click the box and then where it says select students, you can say all students and open the tab for them. That way you don't have to worry about them trying to find a link, etc. This is an example of how the chat feature works on your end. So you'll receive a notification that you received a chat, or you can send a chat to a student and a little pop-up will show on the right side of their window. I like to use the little megaphone feature you'll see here to send an announcement to all the students that the chat is open and that they can talk to you. Up at the top of that page, you'll see screens, timelines, screenshots, call students. So we just reviewed the screens. Timelines, if you click that, you'll see a timeline of all of the students and what tab they're active in. So whatever tab that they're looking at and they're actively working on, that's what's going to show here and how long they were on that tab. If a student has multiple windows open, multiple tabs, and when you go to look, they're on task, but then when you walk away, if they're not on task, you can show them the evidence here that you need them to be on task. This is a really nice tool to have. The student's devices are not private. We monitor everything that they're doing. This timeline will also be available to you later if you needed to use it for parent-teacher conferences or to talk with a school counselor or principal, vice principal, etc. Click on the student's tile to view their current activity. And then once you're on their current activity, you can see all of the tabs that they have open and the tab that they're actively in. You can take screenshots of what they're working on. So if you walk away and notice a student is on something that they're not supposed to be, take a screenshot of it and it will save in your screenshots, and that way you can reference back to it. If you take a screenshot of what they're doing on their Chromebook, it will show up in the screenshot tab. So the same tabs that we've been going through, you'll see the screenshots here. That's where you can go to download the image. In this example, the student is actively in Zern. You can close that tab if you don't want them to be there. The other tabs that they have open behind it are Epic, iReady Math, and Clever. You can close these for them as well. If you click on the chat box, you'll be able to chat with that student and they'll be able to write back to you. Make sure that the chat feature is on in order to do that. Annotation was a great tool to use when we were remote, so you could easily show them where to click. You can also use that here if you would like, but it allows you to use a big dot to click on their screen where they need to click. Finally, I wanted to let you know that we have an upgraded feature of GoGuardian. We have GoGuardian Admin as well as GoGuardian Beacon. We use these two programs to monitor student accounts in more depth. We receive 24/7 alerts if something concerning is typed or clicked on a student device. GoGuardian will always be running in the background. Students can use it as a way to reach out for help if needed through that chat feature. We also use GoGuardian to locate lost devices through GoGuardian Beacon. We have a theft prevention through this program, and they use a GPS locator to locate where Chromebooks might be. If you have any other questions about GoGuardian or need help setting up your classroom, please let me know, and I will be there immediately to help you get set up. Next, I'll be covering tech that you'll find in your classrooms. Please make sure to keep it plugged in when you can. There is two types of chargers you can use. I will try to give you the one that has the DC charger, but if that doesn't work and we have to get you a new one, we're running short on the DC chargers, so we'll give you a USB-C, which is the same as the Chromebook charger. Double check and make sure that the chargers are 65 watt. That way it will charge quickly and get that battery up for you right away. Again, please make sure to update your laptop frequently. Keep your tabs to a minimum. I know this is really hard, but the more that you open up different windows and the more tabs you have, the slower your computer is going to run. It's okay if you do that. Just realize if your computer's running slow, it's probably because you have lots of tabs open and or windows, or your computer needs an update. I recommend that you back up your data often to Google Drive or OneDrive, or bring your own USB stick, just in case. Some of these laptops are a little older, so it's just nice to make sure that you have all of your data saved somewhere either up in the cloud or on a USB stick. Everyone in the classroom will receive a Chrome cart. The day school programs will have their Chrome carts, and the after school programs will have their own Chrome carts. Please make sure that you keep your lock password secret and safe. Please make sure that you, during the day, if you unlock your Chrome cart, take that lock, put it somewhere safe away in a drawer where students can't access it. So we've had many locks go missing, and it's not easy to get replacements for locks. And we need to make sure that your cart is locked so you have Chromebooks that are charged and ready to go every single day. Inside the Chromebook carts, I have found toys, glasses, chargers, missing locks, food, which is really not good, and writing supplies, paper, etc. This cart has many active plugs in it. It has 40 plugs or 41 plugs, and it's really dangerous for things to get down into the bottom of there. Please make sure you keep it clean. I keep the bottoms locked because previously they were unlocked and students were storing things in there. So I keep it locked. If you need to get into the bottom of the cart, let me know. Send a form in to me and I'll come unlock the bottom, take stuff out, or rethread any of your chargers. So again, please keep the Chrome cart clean and keep your lock put away. I'll be emailing you individually your private lock combinations. Again, keep them safe, keep them secret. Only share them with people that you absolutely have to. This way we can ensure that your Chromebooks stay in your classroom for your students to use. More tech that you might find in your classroom at CMS, all of the classrooms have projectors mounted on the ceiling. There will be an asset tag on the bottom. I use my cell phone camera to take a look at what the asset tag number is if you need to send me a work form. Every classroom should have a hand radio with a charger and a dock. Please make sure you keep that in a safe place in your closet. And then during the day, you will take it out to use it. This is for safety in case the PA system goes down or any other systems go down, we can connect with you via the hand radio. You might also find a printer in your classroom. All of the printer ink and paper will be ordered through the office manager. The printers in your classroom can only be connected to your laptop using the printer cable. We don't connect over the network to these printers. The only printers you connect to over the network are the big office printers, and I can help you connect to those as well. If you need to be connected or help with your printers, please send in a work order form for me. We also have voice amps available. These can help enhance the volume of your voice. If you'd like to have one to try it out, please let me know and I can get that checked out to you. The voice amp comes with a strap so you can wear it, the headpiece, the microphone cover, and then an auxiliary cord as well as a charger. In your classroom, you might have an iPevo document camera. These document cameras link to your laptop directly through the USB cable, and in order to use them, you have to open up the camera app on your laptop. So you'll go to your search bar, type in camera, open the camera app, and then at the top right corner, you'll see this icon. If you do not see this icon, this means that your iPevo is not hooked up to your laptop because it only shows up if you have a camera hooked in. You'll click that, and then instead of seeing your face, you'll see what the camera is showing. To zoom in and out on an iPevo, you physically move it. So you'll have to find what works best for you. You'll see in this example here. The other document camera we have is an Elmo. The Elmos will connect directly to your smartboard using the HDMI cable. All of the smartboards have HDMI 1 linked already, so please use HDMI 2 for your document camera. There are some other ways that we connect them. So if you're having issues with your Elmo, please contact me and I'll come and support you. The Elmos will also come with a power cord. Every classroom has a smartboard, so it's really important that we go over how to use them. Essentially, the smartboards operate like a tablet. It's touch screen. They have great speakers, and it's an alternative to the projectors. The image is more crisp and it has great internal sound. When you go into your classrooms, things might have been moved around over the summer as the maintenance staff was cleaning, so make sure that your smartboard is plugged in and click the power button on the bottom right underneath the screen to make sure it's turned on. And then there's a power button on the front of the screen, and that will actually turn the screen on. Pro tip, keep your screen plugged in and this button on to stay up to date. Unlike your laptop must be shut down to finish updates. The smartboard must stay on to complete updates. So at the end of each day, you'll just turn the screen off, and I'll show you how to do that, but you'll leave everything else on, leave it plugged in. To lift and raise your screen, you're going to hold this button down for 3 seconds. So this lever right here, you'll be able to see when you're there. You'll click it down, hold it down for 3 seconds to see the red light, let it go when the red light turns off. And then underneath here, you're going to click these 3 buttons consecutively within 3 seconds of that red light going off. And then you'll be able to lift and lower your screen. This is a child safety lock to make sure that the students can't easily just move that button up and down and move the screen around. I have a video of me doing this here. If it doesn't want to raise up, reset it by lowering it all the way down, and then it should reset the system and you should be able to go up and down. And that's it. So please practice that when you go into your classrooms so it becomes easy and quick for you. On the front right of the screen, press the on button to turn the screen on. So this is the on button I was mentioning earlier. Here's where the asset tag will be in case you need any tech support. At the back of your smartboard, there are antennas there and other delicate pieces. Please make sure that no students go behind the boards or try to move the boards so that nothing gets broken off. And if you see any damage, please let me know so I can come and fix that. Use the Microsoft form. This QR code takes you to tutorials online if you need more support and need it quickly. Now our screen is on and we're ready for signing in. Check and make sure the date and time is correct. Otherwise, there will be many issues internally. If this date and time is incorrect, please let me know. Send me a form to come and fix it. Note, you can skip signing in and just use the Chrome browser here if you remember to clean up when you're done. But if you don't sign in and you put your personal information on this Chrome browser, then anyone can access it. So if you put your email in without signing into your account and another teacher comes into the classroom or a student starts using this board, then they can access your email. Just beware of that. In order to make the sign-in process easy, your smartboards come with an ID card. Some of them do, some of them don't. For those of you that do have this, it makes it really fast to sign in. If you have a smartboard that has this ability, you'll have a card like this in your box, and you'll take this card out. You'll sign into your account. At the top left of the screen, select the profile icon to get signed in. It will show you notifications and the sign in button. Click sign in and make sure you sign in using Google. Sign in with your PLN email and password and go through the two-step verification. Once you have completed the two-step verification, you can have it save your password if you would like and press continue. So now that you're signed in, you're going to click the profile icon and we're going to click edit account. Here you can change your name and other things under edit profile, but first let's set up your ID card. Click add ID card on the next screen. Create a PIN to keep your profile safe, just in case someone else gets their hands on your card, they won't be able to just use it to sign in. It will ask you to create your PIN twice. It will ask you to hold the ID card to the reader 2 times. So you'll hold it, take it away, and then hold it again. And you know it worked when you get this message, new ID card, your ID card was successfully added. Then try signing out and using the card to sign in. If you're able to do that successfully, then your card works. Please keep that on your person. So every morning you can sign in and it's easy. Please make sure you sign out at the end of each day. You can sign out here at the bottom right corner. This button also turns into the cleanup button if you're not signed in. So please make sure to use cleanup and sign out. So general use information about the smartboard. You can start using the smartboard right away without a laptop by clicking the browser and the whiteboard button. So you don't have to plug your laptop in. You can just use it. Because you're signed into your private account, you can sign into your account on Google Chrome. As long as you see your name up here, you can put your personal information in. Just remember to sign out so nobody can access it. If you do teach with a laptop, there are some cables that you need to know about. There's the HDMI cable you'll plug into your laptop and the smartboard, as well as the USB cable. The HDMI is what's going to display your screen. The USB is going to enable you to have touch screen. They are already plugged in for you on the board. They're in the first HDMI section. You'll see HDMI 1, that's where your laptop HDMI cable should be plugged in, and then the touchscreen cable should be plugged in just below it. My laptop is connected in this example using the HDMI and USB, but how do I show my display? So you see it's not showing what I have on my laptop. To show your display, you'll go to the button called Input. You'll click Input. You can click it on that screen there, or it's also here on the board. Each smartboard is a little bit different, so you'll have to do maybe a little searching to find these buttons. It takes a moment to load, but eventually it'll show your screen, and then you can click HDMI 1, and here is your screen displayed. Another way that you can share your screen is through screen share. Up at this top corner, I have an example of a teacher showing you how to do that. But essentially, you'll click this button. Once you open the Smart Mirror, it will give you a website and a code to go to in order to wirelessly connect to the smartboard. As long as the network is stable, this is a good option. So you can have your laptop at your desk and then be sharing your screen across the room. However, if the Wi-Fi is slow, then you might find that it's glitchy, it doesn't react at the same time, the screen might freeze, etc. This is also a good option to have students present their Chromebooks on the smartboard if they want to present projects. By clicking the settings, you can go in and ensure that not just anyone can connect. If you would like help with that, I can come help set that profile up for you. But screen share is a really, really good option as long as the network is stable. Next, general use. You can start using the smartboard right away without a laptop by clicking the browser and the whiteboard button. Try the digital whiteboard. There's a lot of features in there. You use your pins here at the bottom, and you can use it just like you would on a regular whiteboard. You can change the colors, etc. It's really fun, and there's some other little games in there as well. You can sign into your accounts on Google Chrome and use it just like your laptop. And because you're in your account, your private account, you can sign into your private account on Google Chrome. Using the whiteboard is convenient. I'll show you a little example here. If you click into your whiteboard, you'll see whiteboards that you've made. They have a lot of templates for you to use. You can open up any previous files through board files or the files down here. You also have a whiteboard option on your laptops. If you plug your laptop into the smartboard, you can find the whiteboard option here at the bottom right corner. This is what the whiteboard looks like on your laptop if you have it connected, and you're able to use it just the same as the smartboard whiteboard. So your smartboard has a whiteboard, your laptop has a whiteboard you can use. Settings on your smartboard. One particular issue that we have found is the settings with the sound. So I briefly wanted to cover how to fix this issue. If you cannot get your sound to work while your laptop is plugged in, click on the sound icon on the bottom right of your laptop screen. This is where you click. If you don't see this option, SBID, Smartboard, if you don't see that you're connected to this option and there's no options like that available when you're connected to your smartboard, please use the form to let me know and I will get you connected. Also on the smartboard, you're able to hide your screen. If you have a surprise that you have for students, you can click that button, hide your screen. And you can also pause your screen by pressing the pause button. So if you need to work on your laptop and your laptop is connected to the smartboard, click the pause button screen. It will freeze on whatever page you want the students to see, and then you can use your laptop to do whatever you need to do. So these are some really good buttons. And then here you can see the volume up and down as well. Another feature that your smartboard and laptop has is Smart Ink and Notes. You use these pins here, you use them just like a mouse. In a slideshow, when you open up a slideshow on your laptop, if you have that connected, you can use it and click. So here's an example of using your pen like a mouse. So here I used the pen and it clicked and moved the slideshow forward. Two fingers click down and then you can exit full screen. Smart Ink is a really great feature. It can turn your pen into your smartboard pen into an actual pen. When you connect your laptop, if this does not start right away, search Smart Ink in your search bar at the bottom of your screen. Open the Smart Ink app and click open. Then make sure to click the Smart Notebook. It should open up a smart notebook and then you'll be able to see the pin pop up in the bottom right corner. You don't have to use the smart notebook. The smart notebook is basically their version of Google Slides. It's called Lumio. You're more than welcome to try this out. They have so many different features. It works kind of like Pear Deck or Nearpod. Yeah, it's a great feature. So to launch the Smart Ink, you'll click on the ink button. And then you have lots of options to change what your pen does. So I highly recommend looking around at what different things you can do with your Smart Ink pen. You can change the types of lines you make. I could see this being really great for math, being great for indicating things if you're doing a paragraph reading, like a close reading. So here's a quick demonstration of the writing. I have the highlighter on here. I'm going to close that little window so it doesn't show up, so the students can see the screen, and it just writes like a pen. In order to erase on the board, you'll use a flat hand. Here's a demonstration of how to erase. Just the flat palm of your hand is how you erase. If you'd like to save your work while you're on your laptop, you can use the snipping tool. You can look up the snipping tool on the search bar on your laptop, and this way you can save anything that you're making. If you use the whiteboard option on your laptop, then it will save automatically. You can also save work that you do on your laptop using the print screen. and it will save in your screenshots or on your desktop. Lastly, Lumio. Again, it's like a combination of Nearpod and Pear Deck coming together. If you'd like to learn more about how to use Lumio and integrate that into your lesson planning, I've included a video, so when I share the slideshow out, you can take a look and see. In your classroom, you'll have some spaces to keep your technology. Note from safety and compliance, please keep your tech stored in a clutter-free space. Because there's so many plugs and wires, we want to make sure that we're keeping everyone safe. No accidental fires or tripping over plugs. So please keep your cords organized. If you need help with cord organization, please put a tech request in and I can come and help you, or IT will. Cords on the ground that can be tripped on, we have covers for those. So please put a request in and we can come and cover any cords that might be in the way, and keep all your tech labeled and organized. If you need help with labels and organization, again, I can come and help you with that. And it helps me when you have issues. I can come in, I know exactly where all your tech is. I can fix things and leave without much disruption. So at CMS, you have these tech closets here. Make sure you keep this area clear, free and clear. You can put your radio in this area, but only tech should be going in this space. And then at CES, you have carts kind of like this. Try to keep them organized so that you can put your laptop there, your document camera, and any other technology that needs to go there. And again, it makes it easy for me to come in and access and help you. Digital citizenship and student stewardship. At the beginning of every year, students should go through the stewardship slides. I have created these. They are by grade level. So each grade level is a little bit different depending on the appropriate level. 6th, 7th, 8th grade, all of them are a little bit different to keep interest high. Please make sure that you go through these thoroughly with your students. It has a lot of important information about what the expectations are. It reviews everything from the AUP, from the tech loan agreement, and then it also goes over cyberbullying. It goes over cleanliness, keeping your tech and yourself healthy. Many issues I see on campus, I cover on these slides, like how to hold your Chromebook so that it doesn't get dropped. There's little games and activities in here. So please review this with your students. For the upper grade levels, 3rd grade and above, they'll take a little test before they can use their Chromebook after receiving this stewardship slide. So make sure that you have them take that test, that they pass it, and then you can use it for reference later. If new students come in and they have not received this training, please make sure somehow they receive this training. We'll work with administration to see what we can do to make this easier, but every student needs to go through this training before they can start using the Chromebook. I've also included a Chrome Care Club. If you'd like to use this as an incentive to have students clean their Chromebooks, you absolutely may. As you clean the Chromebooks, you submit a form, and then I'll put digital badges on a slideshow for them. Let me know if you'd like to do this. That way I can expect to get on there and add those digital badges. I have taken the lessons from Common Sense Media and made grade level appropriate lesson slides. All of the middle school lesson slides are ready to go. I am working right now on the elementary school lesson slides to make them a little more user friendly so that you can just pick them up and teach them right away. Digital citizenship lesson slides are a really great resource for your social emotional learning time, and the social justice team will work with you on how to integrate them into your lesson. Finally, I'd like to go over the programs that we use at the school. Clever is our single sign-on. You will use it as well as your students. To log into Clever, you'll navigate to the website, to the Clever website, type in and choose your school site. So here I started typing it. You'll choose the school site, either the elementary or middle school. And once you've selected it, you're going to sign in with Google. If you'd like to learn more about how to customize your teacher page, there is a really great resource on YouTube. I've linked all her videos here, and she goes into depth about how to edit and make your pages. There is a default page that I have up there that you're able to access different links to, and the students can also see, but if you add them to your page and you customize it, it's a whole other experience. So highly recommend looking at her videos and working a little bit in Clever to make it very user-friendly for your students. We now have Clever IDM. Clever manages creating the students' emails and passwords. which is great because now you can see the student email and password on your Clever page. So you'll start by searching for your student or selecting them from your list. And then on their page, you'll see their grade, their location, email, student number, and then down, you might have to scroll down, but you'll see Clever IDM information. That's where you'll see the student email and password. So now you can just look here instead of having to contact me to get their password. If you continue to scroll down this page, you'll see more useful information about the student. If you need any help with your Clever page, signing in or setting it up, please let me know by sending me a form. Earlier, I had mentioned Google Classroom. If you create a Google Classroom, it makes it very easy for you to create, for example, your Go Guardian classroom. Google Classroom is a learning management system, an LMS, and it makes signing your students into different applications online very easy. To set up a Google Classroom, you'll go to googleclassroom.com and sign in. Click the plus sign to create a class. Make sure that you're signed into your teacher account. Fill out the class information. So once you fill out the class information, it will bring you to your profile page. Click to make this class code big. Then have your students go to Google Classroom, click the plus sign, click join class. Then they'll put the class code into this area, click join, and then they'll be able to see your classroom. And you can use that as a learning management system if you want. You don't have to, but it's a great way to have a running list of your students and to be able to connect them to different apps as you find different resources online where you want them to try a certain practice, or if you want to join them to for example, Nearpod, you can just link the Google Classroom account and all of the student info will be loaded up right away instead of you having to enter it in or having a CSV file. iReady is our testing system. Students will be using this throughout the year to practice skills and to get ready for their interval testing. I highly recommend that you log in and go to the teacher toolbox, online educator learning, iReady Central, and explore everything that it has to offer. Teacher Toolbox has a lot of great lessons that are designed for each individual student where they're at based on their test. So please check out Teacher Toolbox on iReady. If you need help logging into iReady, please send me a form. Other programs that we have used in the past or that teachers often use, News ELA, lots of great articles there for ELA. Raz Kids, another ELA program that's wonderful, guided reading at the student level. Get Epic has a lot of kid choice reading. Khan Academy, lots of free resources there. Brain Pop is another great resource. Mystery Science and Generation Genius are our elementary school science online programs, and then CMS has Style. Dreamscape is an ELA support game. Some interactive review or classic resources include Boom Cards, GimKit, Kahoot, quizzes, booklet, Edpuzzle. You might have used these before. They're all wonderful. All of these programs are great supports for your students. They enhance the curriculum and just bring a lot of dynamic features to your classroom. So I highly recommend that you take a look and try to integrate them within your curriculum. I'll be curating some more digital resources for you. If you find anything really cool, please email me. I'd love to add this to our running list so we all have access to some cool stuff that you can use. Throughout the year and every month, I'll be sending email blasts. I'll help to remind you to clean your Chromebooks, clean your laptops, to update Chromebooks and laptops, and any other helpful reminders that come up throughout the year, I will send them out to you. So please take a moment to look at my emails and to join my reminders to help you stay on top of things throughout the year. Finally, I want to remind you about the acknowledgement form. We do have to have these all signed before school starts. So at some point, I'll be coming to the different campuses. We'll get all of your tech checked out to you, get your signatures, you'll turn them in to me, and then you won't see these again until the end of the school year. Thank you everyone for staying with me during this PD. If you have any questions, please email me, use that tech form, reach out to me. I'm here to help you. I hope you have a wonderful start to your year. Take care and we'll see you soon. Bye.